Okay, now that you have a data form set up, you can either add leads to that data form manually, or you can import leads directly to that data form. And the way to do that is you're going to come over here underneath sales and you're going to click on leads. And over here on the right hand side, you have this little drop down icon, select that. And the first way you can add them manually is by just clicking on add lead. And so you have several different options. You can select a no data form, which means it won't be associated with any of your list, and you can just put the standard information here and hit create. You also have your actual data form. So if I select that data form we just set up, it's going to give me the fields that I created, and I can manually enter this data and hit create. The second way is actually importing directly to that data form, and you can do that by selecting the import button. So here you're going to select the data form that you want it to go to, and you're presented with a download form CSV template. I mentioned in the previous video about how important the names of your data fields matches to your CSV header column. And if you just use the template, it'll automatically create that header row for you with the right names, so you don't have to worry about it. So if you want to download the CSV template, you can do it here. Just click on the CSV template and you are presented with this. So here you have the header row already provided. Now I already went ahead and filled out the information just so we can save a little time in this video, but you have the header row already taken care of for you with first name, last name, email, phone, company. Those were the data fields that we set up that were case sensitive, right? Spelled exactly like this with spaces here, with the last name, capital L, capital N, exactly like this. So putting email address here, or email all lowercase, or name, or first underscore name won't match. It has to be exact. So using the CSV template, you'll never go wrong. And then at this point, you can copy over your data from your other sources, or if you're just going to use a source that you've downloaded from one of your CRMs, make sure that the header row matches the data fields you created in your data form, and you'll have no issues. So in this case, I went ahead and filled this out. So I put the Joker as the first name, last name, email address, phone. One thing about phone, if you're in US or Canada, I just always put it in this format. No need to put the country code. If you do put the country code, that's okay. But at this case, in this point, I just don't put any country code for US or Canada. All other countries, you need to put your actual country code in here, because that's how the system will dial out with that actual country code. And then company name. So you're going to want to save this. If you just save the CSV after you open it, you'll have no problems. But if you're going to save as, make sure you're selecting just CSV, not CSV UTF-8 or any of the other different CSVs, just a normal CSV. Save that on your desktop. Once you have that saved, now you can come into your leads view, and you're going to select file upload and go find that file on your desktop or wherever you have it. And then you have what are called labels. So labels are list references. So for instance, if you just want one data form and you want to import all your data to that data form over time, you may want to reference those leads so you can filter them later. So for instance, you may have just one data form for all of your webinars. However, you want to tag the leads that you import on this import from like webinar series 1, 2, 3 or webinar series 5, 6, 7. That way, when you come into your leads view, you can filter not only by that data form, so you can get all webinar attendees, but then you can filter again for all leads associated with webinar series 1, 2, 3, right? In this case, I'm not going to put any labels in. I'm just kidding. You can put as many labels as you want. To put a label, you just, well, why don't I just put a label here? We'll call it first import. So this is my first import. This is my label. You can put additional labels. When you add a label, you'll see it. Any of these drop-down forms that allow you to do multiple things, you'll see it show up below in blue. Go ahead and select it, and then that way you know it's selected. Sometimes if you don't select it, it's not part of the form field, you may not get the label. So just make sure you select it and you know that it's in here, and this is what it'll look like. And so now I'm just going to hit import. So what's happening now is you're being added to the queue. So that form is being loaded up. This runs every minute. So if I just imported and it's 5:40 right now, I have to wait a whole another minute. So at this point I'm going to pause this video and then come back. So one of the things too, before I pause, this will automatically update for you. So you don't have to keep hitting refresh. So there we go. It's already imported. So now it's done 100%. Now if I go to my leads view, I will see all my leads here, right? The videos to follow show you more about filtering, but just kind of give you an understanding of that label. Since we're here live with it, you can click filter, and then you have your list label here. You also have your data forms to filter by, and the filter video to follow this. But that's how you import your leads. You can either add them manually, or you can import them through CSV.